Okay. So listen to this experience, right? A man tells me all the reasons why he's so upset and disappointed that he can't get a date. All the attempts on dating apps, all the efforts to talk to girls in public, and cannot get a date. Defeated, feels shut down, feels rejected, feels not wanted. And then in the same conversation, I later ask, what is the loss? Some of the emotion is grief, right? There's not just underneath all of the anger. Oftentimes there's grief, sadness, fear, the rejection, loss of belonging. Anyway, later in the conversation, I'm talking about some feminist shit, some issues around sexism, and some of the experiences of women, and he's like, but how does that affect me? And this question showed why he couldn't get a date, right? So listen, he saw that female counterpart as a source of extraction, sex, attention, connection, comfort, a thing to extract versus a thing to exchange. So it was like me being rejected was that she took this good thing from me. She took this opportunity for get blank need met, instead of, oh, I didn't get to know that person. I didn't get to build that connection. I didn't get to exchange energy with that person. Why does this affect me? When you hear about a woman's experience, well, what does this have to do with me? It affects you because it affects your ability to see women as people. That you are interested in their stories and their experiences and them as an entity, as a holistic experience, including the oppression they experience in the world, which will come up sometimes in the relationship. So if you're afraid of feminism, if you're afraid of even understanding how their issues might also be impactful to you, that maybe, this is the example I gave, what is the first thing that a woman feels, when a man approaches her at a club, and this person was like, oh yeah, they should feel flattered that everyone wants to always talk to them. Like, no, we do not feel flattered. And do you know what the first feeling every single fucking woman, trans woman, queer person has when someone approaches them? Fucking fear, terror. Is this gonna go badly? What will happen when I reject this experience? They're not rejecting you as a person. They're rejecting that offer in that moment. They're saying, no, thank you. Thank you for their boundaries. Thank them for their boundaries. Sorry, this is like, are you looking to exchange with this person? Oh, cool. You're neat. Oh, you're neat too. Let's go play together. Let's see how our energies flow. Let's have a feedback loop. So this is the difference, right? There's a feedback loop when it's an exchange, a give and a take. As soon as you're offering something and they receive, and then they give and you give back, and it creates exchange that feels balanced and fun and pleasurable. The minute it's taking this thing from you, give me sex, give me affection, give me emotional support, it becomes extraction and harm. So, so men often come to me in the context of different sex work spaces, and they will talk about their interest in BDSM, and their draw to kink, their draw to submission, to gooning, to traditionally what might seem as feminine or feminized, less powerful roles. Cuckolding, which we'll argue is not actually a less powerful role, maybe a different conversation. But they say that often, oh, I carry so much, it's so hard, I need a place where I can let go and not be in charge, And they said, I want to escape. They want to just set down the weight. And I want to offer, well, kink can be a great option to do that, and you can find those hour or two a week and those experiences to create that putting down of the weight. There's maybe another route to that experience, which is stop fucking carrying it, because that weight is patriarchy. Like when men talk like, patriarchy doesn't really affect me, I don't want to talk about that. That's the weight that you carry every day of expectation. That's the weight of carrying the understanding of what it means to be a good man, a wanted man, an important man, a connected man, an included man, a sexy man, right? Sexual performance, sexual virility, body, capacity, intelligence, money, providing, decision-making, laboring, fucking penetrating, right? Like, we didn't ask y'all to take on all those roles and to do all those things. And fuck all of you, this is gonna offend from some people, but fuck all you spiritual girlies out there who are like, I just want to find my perfect masculine man to just like complete me. I'm like, you are perpetuating the same patriarchal bullshit we're trying to get away from. Stop it. Like, that does not exist. It is not real. Every human carries many qualities, many traits. And we don't want to perpetuate the idea that there is this one perfect hetero match to, like, because that's what conflates relationship compatibility with control and power and abuse. Anyway, back to the point. So yeah, we don't actually want you all to take on all those things. We really, really, really want to penetrate you sometimes. When we're being equally fucking respected and cared for. And when we actually see you engaging in systems change to make our lives better, right? Going back to my friend's comment, like, why does this matter to me? Like, if you don't give a fuck if your best friend, your lover, your wife, your baby mama, your neighbor, if you don't care about their living conditions, their working conditions, and this expands beyond just women, to trans folks, to queer communities, to black and brown folks. Like, if you don't care if other humans around you are okay, you're not gonna get a date. I'm sorry to break it to you, but like, how do you show up meaningfully in that connection if you can't let go of the expectation that this thing is a thing I can extract from? Like, they're not a whole, complete human being with their own thoughts, feelings, needs, desires in any given moment, which are really beautiful and important and useful, right? At the end of that experience, that friend was like, oh yeah, you're really good at this, the stuff with my hands and whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is my actual job. Like, I love that we need to like tell people to be like, yeah, I like was trained in this actual thing. But so TLDR, the more respect you have for humanizing the people in your life, for seeing them as whole, complete beings with thoughts and feelings and needs and stories and identities and worthy of the same respect, care, rights, access as you, the more you will get laid. And the more you will have meaningful human relationships, because you'll be creating exchanges, feedback loops, meaningful care versus extraction of others for your benefit, which only benefits patriarchy, which only benefits the top 1%. Y'all have to stop thinking it benefits y'all. Most men are not benefiting from this system. And it is making you fucking look bad. So it's time to divest. Come to the dark side. Shift in power. Oh, and I made this fun little visual. I'm gonna see this visual. Shift in power. I don't know why I need this like sci-fi background to this. But basically it's moving from like, a top-down leadership to like where there's nothing really flowing, right? To just like we're dots and we're moving and we're going. Distributed movement. And then there's times in like consent spaces where there may be like a top-down structure, but it's still cyclical because the sub or a bottom is giving tons of information. And another reason why like a lot of kink negotiation shit is bullshit, because if you're not doing a lot of conversations, like, you're probably not doing it safely, because you can't really have a good energy exchange just by feeling the vibes. You sometimes need to be like, hey, this is what this means and this is what I need. And we're moving out of like subversion or passive compliance with anything. It's like there's like the time we've learned to just like, I think a lot of men actually take power in their relationships because they feel so fucking terrible in their jobs. And that's capitalism that is fucking you over, not the women in your life. And so they feel like, yeah, their labor and their beauty and their creativity and all of their good is being extracted for this shitty, stupid corporate bullshit. And so they don't feel like they have agency, and it's terrifying to consider changing because they feel the pressure they have to have all the money. But if we just all work together, we could overthrow the corporations and start the revolution. Live in a commune, happy family. Just kidding. That's not real. But we can have better relationships. We can treat people with more respect and care. Humanize each other and practice doing it every day.